All right, welcome back to Crypto Kinfolk Charting School for the winners, all you guys. Let's get back into this. This class is going to be on how you set up a trade signal or a trade setup or how you get money, how we're in this to get cash together. So you should have already set up your Binance account. You should have your VPN sitting prettily in the background, and you're in Mexico and enjoying yourself. Hola. After you get all that stuff set up and you've transferred your money over, because you guys know how to do that now, right? Perfect. We're going to get back to our exchange. We're in the same spot. This is our wallet. If you want to get back to your wallet, you come up here to the top. There's an overview that you can click on, which will show you your fiat and spot wallet, your margin, your futures, your P2P, your earning, your pool, your cards, your vanilla options, and all your transaction history. You're probably just going to be using fiat and spot. That is it. That's all you're going to be using. Let's come down here. We have our XLM that we transferred in. Transfers quick in 1 minute. I really hope that you guys can figure this out easily. It is pretty simple to do. Just make sure that you guys are following the steps that we gave you and proceed with them cautiously when you're doing them. Keep watching it, make sure that you're doing it correctly, and ask us questions if you need them. So let's get into it. This class is on how to set up a trade setup. So once you come in here, you got your wallet open, you already know how to get here, you already made your transfers, you come down and you click trade. There's going to be another window that pops up here. Now you guys can trade all of this stuff in here, so XLM to BTC, XLM to Binance token, BUSD, that is the stable coin that Binance has, Ethereum, Euros, TRY, I believe that's like Turkey's fiat currency. But as you know, the US dollar rocks it out for now. So we're going to click on that. And we have our money sitting in here and we're good to go. So I have a trade set up in the background that we are going to launch for you guys here shortly. Go over it with you, and pretty simple trade, but we the markets right now are a little rocky. There's some things that we've been looking at that we'll discuss more on Sunday. So, take these trades with caution. I highly suggest that you guys do not trade your full accounts with these. This isn't financial advice, but while you're learning, it would be absolutely asinine to be trading your full amount. It doesn't make sense. You don't go skydiving out of a plane your first time by yourself. And if you do, then, good for you. That's crazy. But I really suggest that you don't. So now that we are in the exchange, I believe this is actually the basic version. There's an advanced version that you can look up here. So if you come up to trade on the top, you can do just like you have on Coinbase. You can just convert one crypto to another, the easiest way to trade. And then classic, simple and easy to use interface, that's what we're looking at right now. And then advanced looks like this. This is the one that I highly suggest you guys to use. I actually think it's a lot easier than the other one that we were just looking at. In my opinion, it shows you everything you need. Your orders are down here. Your buy and sell options are up here. You can do spot trading. You can you can do 3x cross margin. And I just pulled this up to show you guys that there will be videos on here to show you how to do it, and a test that you can take at the end of this video and make sure that you guys know a little bit about margin trading, but I would highly suggest that you just stay away from it. So we are not going to be teaching it for a while, so steer clear. Just to let you know the difference between the two, and you will see this in that video. I do suggest that you do go in there and watch the video. Learn as much as you guys can along the way. We'll try and answer questions about it too, but for the most part, stick to spot trading. But there's two different types of margin trading. You can do crossed or isolated, and those buttons are on there and able for you guys to use. So this is in the top left-hand corner right here is your ticker. So this is the chart that we're currently looking at right now is BTC USDT, and we have a trade set up back here for ADA. So this is the ADA trade setup that we put together. Pretty simple idea. Maybe it hits, maybe it doesn't. Kind of looks like it's painting that pattern, but with all this manipulation and these scam wicks coming down here, I don't know, just kind of one of those things. Really, right now it's a weird time to trade, but again, we will stick to just how you set this up. So we are going to try and get a uniform color across this for our trade setups, Jake and I, so you guys can see pretty much the same charts. Jake's will be gray in the background, mine will be black, so you guys can see the difference. We'll be coming up with hopefully a bearish and a bullish case scenario for you, and be posting these in the Patreon, and that is it. First thing I want you guys to notice is that we'll have other lines on here, but the main ones you guys want to pay attention to are the lines that we have labeled over here. And as you can see, we have the stop loss, we have layered entry points across here with suggestions. I wouldn't even say suggestions, they are more so just ideas of the percentage of your trades that you can allocate to these limit buy orders or limit take profit orders that we're going to show you how to do. So we will also put the patterns on here if we have a pattern that you're going to be trading. Also, if you can see, there's a ascending triangle. These white lines denote the ascending triangle. These are very important lines when you guys are charting to have on your charts, so you can look a little bit closer and see where price might bounce around at. And most likely we come down, and if this isn't a strong move down, then I think we could potentially bounce off the top of the ascending triangle support right here. So in this pattern that we have on here, the ascending triangle, this is something you guys probably saw Jake and I were talking about for a while on ADA, and we kept waiting for ADA to break out, and it kept breaking out of the pattern, coming back in, breaking out, coming back in. There were so many fake outs that I just don't even trust anything anymore. Not that I did before, but very, 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 very misleading on some of these fake outs. In my whole trading career, I haven't seen so many fake outs happen in a row. I think you guys get the point of the emphasis on the fake outs. We have some manipulation going on. I've been preaching it for a few months now. So after a pattern breaks out, as you can see, it shoots up to the price targets of what it was heading to previously. As you can see, it broke out of this ascending triangle and came up, measured move from the top of where it broke out from. As you can see, it came right up to where it was, and that's kind of how we're going to be setting things up, is based on some of this stuff, a couple other different trading styles. But the main point of me showing you that right now is so you know that we're going to be putting some of these patterns and other trading styles on here, not for you to pay attention to in the trade. So if you decide to take these, you're solely going to be taking these layered orders and placing your stop losses. But I want you guys to notice some of these things as you guys are learning, so you guys can start getting used to seeing them and getting a visual memory of all of these things together. So let's get to setting this trade up. Again, these side numbers over here, our stop losses will always be red. We're going to keep hot pink down here for Scott mainly in the group. I know he loves the color, but if you look at the lines, they go straight across. The price points on here are listed on the side, and this is basically all you're going to need is to know the colors, the price points of all of these, and just make sure that you enter them in the trade correctly. But you do not have to take just 4 of these. We have 4 different buy orders and 4 different take profits. You do not have to take just 4. You can, do like Jake does and, put 100 different layered orders down here. And basically the premise or, trading style that is it's dollar cost averaging with an edge. You can layer all your buy orders down here and your take profits up here. Now it's smart to layer your orders. The smallest amount of your purchase should be the higher amount on your layered order. So basically, if you have $10,000, you take maybe like 3 to 5%, layer it up here, maybe like, as we have listed 15%. You just want your percentages to go up and your biggest order to be at the bottom, because this gains you the most amount of money. If you put your biggest order in here and you ape into this trade, you are going to be risking losing, what is this? This is, you could lose 35% of your trade. And it's likely that not likely, but it's possible that this could happen even on this trade. So it's very important that you guys understand the risk that you guys are getting into when you guys are taking these trades. I would definitely say it's probably a better risk than it would be for you guys to be aping into these futures trades that you guys are doing. So don't do those, do these, learn everything you can in the class, and let's, start winning some of these trades. But let's get to the order book and show you guys how to set this up. So I'm going to put this over on the side. We can still have all of our orders listed here. Now that you have your order book open, so the first thing that you guys are going to want to do is get to the correct pairing. Well, for this sake, we're going to be doing USDT. That's probably what you guys should start out with. We will get into the BTC pairings eventually, because the goal is to stack as much of the king as you can. So let's get into XLM. Just come up here in the top of the order book, the list of the coins up here, type in XLM, get it pulled up, look for XLM USDT. You can do BUSD too. It's around the same price as $1, but let's just stick to USDT. Just want to give you guys a heads up of where it's at. So what we're doing right now is we're getting rid of the XLM that we have in here, and we're going to sell that into USDT. So again, you're going to want to come up here to the top left hand corner to BTC USD. It'll usually start you off there. We're going to be looking for the fiat pairing of XLM. So you're going to want to click on the fiat at the top, click on USDT, and then come to the search bar, type in XLM, and you're going to look for the XLM USD pairing. Click on it, make sure that it pulls up the XLM USD pairing. You're going to come over here and click on sell. You can see the 255 XLM that you have in here. You're going to click on, well, actually, let's go over the different types of orders. So there's multiple different orders that you can do on here, and we will explain those really quick right now. A limit order lets you place an order somewhere on the order book, and when the price action comes down to or up to that area, it will buy or sell. However, if you put a sell order in above the current price that it's at right now, it will not sell immediately. If you put it in below the current price, a limit order will sell immediately at that point. I think there's actually a warning sign if you're more than 5% away from the current price action on here. It will warn you that you're about to sell it for a lot cheaper than what you could sell it for at this price. So if you are selling a limit order, then you want to make sure that you sell it for either the same current price as you see on here. This is what the current price is. You want to make sure that you either sell it for more or that same price on there. However, if you have a small amount of money, And if you have a larger amount of money too, you can. I just wouldn't really suggest you to use market orders if you don't have to. If you're making a quick trade, then you can do it. I do it often, but I would suggest that you put a limit order in and you put it right around where the price action is, and then your order will pop up on here. So I'll show you how this works by doing this right now. So I usually use the Trading View app on here, not the original one. There's two different screens that you can look at. The Trading View we're going to be using often, so you can get that on here. If you want to just quickly add your indicators on here, your RSI, relative strength index, and your MACD, just to kind of get you started. We will do more information on this later. Just wanted to show you a quick little tidbit. So seeing where we're at, we're selling this on a small time frame. We're wanting to get rid of it now, not in the future. So we want to bring this down to anything less than a 5-minute chart, so you can really see where the price action is on it and take the correct amount and place that on your order here. So the current price of this is at 39.860 cents. So we want to sell it for right around here. I think it's probably going to go down a little bit, so we'll just put your limit order so we can get the USDT in at 0.39770. So come over here, place your order, and then this allows you to click on as much as you want of your account. So it'll show you also the amount of USDT that you'll get back if you sell it for that amount. And you can sell 25%, 50%, 74, 75, 100%. But we are transferring 100% of this XLM into USDT on a limit order, and we place it at 0.39770. Click sell. It automatically sold down there. It told you that it automatically sold down there because I sold it for less than what the actual price action currently was. So the market price of what Bitcoin or what XLM was, it sold it for that amount right there. Generally, you would have your orders show up down here and the price action would wait to go across this until your order actually got hit. So we're still up. We transferred over $100, which went down, and we're at almost 102 bucks. We're making big money over here already, my kinfolk in the class. So we now have our USDT, okay? And we want to trade ADA. So we come back over to our ticker list and we type in ADA. Make sure it's still under USDT because that's the pairing that we're going to trade. So I'm going to click on ADA USDT, right? So now, as you can see, we have $101 right down here of ADA, and we have our ADA chart right here. This is on the 15-minute chart. You can jump this up to the 1 hour and get your book right here. So when you're setting up your orders, you can pull up our charts. There will be a link in the Patreon that you can click on, and I would suggest that you do this on a computer so you can get used to doing it. So first and foremost, we want to set some buy orders, so some layered entry points on this position down here. We think the price is going to come down. It usually retests the top of a pattern after it breaks out. We've been seeing, since this price manipulation has been going on, it comes down and usually bounces off this at least twice. Usually it only bounces off once and then starts heading up. I've been seeing it bounce off once, come back down, and then retest a much lower low. Hence why we have our stop losses down here past the big pullback that I had right here. So this should be a pretty safe stop loss. However, if we break past this stuff and that stop loss hits, you're gonna lose some money, but not all of it. So that's kind of helpful. So the first thing that you're going to do is set your buy orders up. So let's look at this first buy order that we have. It's at $1.5122. So to set this limit order, which you don't want to use market order in this case, because a market order just buys the current price of the asset that you are looking at, the current mark price, and that would be $1.75 at this point. And obviously you can see that you wouldn't make that much profit if you just bullied into it right now. So make sure you're on the stop or the limit order, and we just come over here, we type in the $1.5122, and then you can decide how much ADA that you want to put in here. The minimum order on here I believe is 10, so let's say we do the 15% that we have listed. So we place the order on there that gives us 10 ADA that would purchase if the price action comes down to $1.5122. So we have our first limit buy order created. If you look on the chart here, it will show you where your order is sitting. So now we have our order sitting right here, just waiting to be picked up. So if you scroll down, it will also show you on the bottom of this screen. I'll show you this quickly because it gives you options to cancel on here. It's got trigger conditions. It'll let you know when these things buy. So another thing that you may want to do while you're doing this is on your own charts, you can go on your chart and then come over here and put an alarm on the point where you purchase it at, so you can kind of stop and see the price action come in and your order get purchased and kind of watch how it goes. So let's put an alarm on here. We had the alarm on, 151.42. It's actually above that price point, but add an alarm. So when the price action comes down here, you get a text message on your phone and you know that your order was purchased at that point. So what you're going to want to do after that is just come down to the next one and type in $1.4049 for a limit order. So $1.4049, and that's another 15% on there. So we have 15%. There's our second order made. And then the next one, that's 20%, $1.3055. So $1.3055. And that's 20%. So like I said, you guys can put the whatever percentages you guys want on here. I highly suggest that you layer as many as you want. The more you layer on here and have your percentages go up, the further away from the price action. So as it's going down to retest the top of this pattern, you want to have your higher percentages. If you move it up, you want to have it at the lower one. So hence why we have 40% down here. So let's enter this 20% trade first. So bring that to 20%. We have that at $1.355. So you can see how they show up on this order book here, right? So the last one is 40%, which would give us all of our money put in there. That ends up being $1.1595. So $15.95. Put that in there, and then click 100%. The main point of doing this when you're setting these orders up, all of this stuff on here that we have these orders set up, you want to layer these down. You could do 100, you could do 200. Well, actually, you can only do 10 if you have $100 in there. The minimum order is only $10, but you can order or layer order these, tons of them down and just put alarms on all of this stuff. So when they actually order and they fire off, then you'll be good. You'll know that they purchased, and you can come in and make sure that your stop losses and your take profits are in after they're actually ordered. So as I said, after you get all these layer entry points put in based off of the trade that you guys want to do, whether it be one of our trades, you guys come up with your own, whatever it is, that's how you layer your orders in. This is how we're going to be trading for maybe the next month or two until you guys gain some traction, and we'll start going over some other stuff, explaining some other things in more detail, get you guys actually learning so you're comfortable with this, and then we level up. Once these are placed in, it is imperative that you guys put alarms all throughout these areas so you can get notified when these orders hit. So every time one of these orders hits that you guys set in, you can come back on your Binance account and then put a stop limit order in down here at this price. So every time one of these alarms go off, you put your stop limit in for the amount that you have just purchased. So how you would do that is you come in here, you hit stop limit, it's going to give you an amount after the purchase happens of how much the purchase is right here. You just come and hit 100%, and then you type in the price. So the stop limit price, as you see over here, is 97 cents. So what you want to do is you put in the amount of the stop in. So the stop is the market price. The market price is the alert that when the price action crosses this price that you put in here, your limit order would then be placed at that point and sell. We just wanted to come in here and let you guys understand how to set up a limit order. If you guys, want to come in here and mess around with it just because you have your casino accounts, you can, test the market orders. Just make sure that once you're placing an order, you can look down here and see where your order's at. If you want to cancel it, start a new order or anything like that, you can come in here and click cancel. All your money will pop back in this spot right here. If it says $0 in here or anything that's a very low amount, you can obviously not make any orders on the order book at all. So these orders are already set in here. Hopefully they hit and we can start making some money off this. So all you winners, you guys have a great, fantastic night, you and all your kinfolk.